Welcome to Marketing Deep Dive Podcast, Episode 5.
Welcome back, everybody. Today we're going deep on AI agents.
Yeah, okay.
But we're not going to spend time on like AI agents 101.
Right.
You guys already know what an AI agent is. We want to get into the specifics, right?
Sure, yeah.
What kind of AI agents are being developed? And how are they actually being used out in the real world, particularly for marketers?
Yeah.
And to help us kind of navigate this world, we have an awesome presentation from GupShop, a company that is like really leading the charge when it comes to this AI agent revolution.
I think what's so fascinating about this GupShop presentation is that they're kind of on the ground floor here, seeing exactly how these AI agents are being used by companies to, not just because it's the shiny new thing, but also because it solves real problems for them.
Yeah, and I think it's clear that, marketers today are facing this huge digital overload, right?
Right.
So many platforms, so many tools, so much data.
Yeah.
It's no wonder they're looking for ways to simplify and, make their lives a little bit easier.
It really is. And it's not even just about simplifying things for the marketer. It's about meeting the ever-increasing expectations of consumers who want things personalized, and they want them now.
Right.
And that's really where these AI agents can bridge the gap.
Okay, so let's jump right into the types of agents that GupShop is talking about here.
Yeah.
So they kicked things off with what they call the new customer acquisition agent. This sounds like it goes way beyond just your typical, lead capture form.
Absolutely. This is like an AI-powered salesperson who can engage with these potential customers, right?
Yes.
Qualify them, understand what their needs are, what their interests are, and then recommend the perfect product or service just for them.
And they give a couple of really interesting examples here. One was a loan assistance agent. So, you click an ad, and instead of just going to some landing page, you're actually having a conversation with this AI agent that is helping you understand like all the loan options out there, maybe pre-qualifying you.
Yeah.
And then another example was for a brand called Reserva in Brazil. And so you click on an ad, and again, instead of just taking you to a product page, you're brought into this WhatsApp conversation with an AI agent
Interesting.
that can understand your needs and recommend products from like their entire catalog.
It's a really smart way to take what would traditionally be a pretty passive experience, like you're browsing a website, you're scrolling through an app, and make it a much more interactive and personalized kind of journey.
For sure. Yeah.
I mean, the possibilities there are endless.
Yeah. And speaking of personalized journeys, GupShop also highlighted a product finder agent. And this one sounds like it could be a game changer for e-commerce.
Yeah, this is basically like having a 247 salesperson available
Right.
to walk customers through your product offerings, answer any questions that they might have. Imagine like browsing online at 2 a.m. and you have this AI agent that's right there to give you all the detailed product info or help you find exactly what you're looking for.
Yeah, and they highlighted a few companies that are already using this type of agent. L'Oreal Brazil used one for a serum launch. So again, answering questions, helping guide people to a purchase.
Yeah.
And then there's Lenskart, the eyewear company. They're using an AI-powered recommendation engine.
Okay.
So it's helping recommend glasses based on your style, and you know what you're going to be using them for.
It's really all about making that online shopping experience a lot more efficient and personalized.
Right.
And if you can do that, you're going to see more conversions, higher average order value. People are going to be happier with their purchases.
Absolutely. So we've got agents that can acquire new customers, guide them through product selection. What else is in the GupShop arsenal of AI agents here?
How about an agent that can help you pick the perfect credit card?
Yeah.
This is what GupShop calls the credit card finder agent. It's interesting because it moves beyond those kind of generic credit card pitches that we're all used to.
I can already see where this is going. This is all about personalization again.
Exactly. So instead of just blasting everyone with the same offer, this agent actually has a conversation with the customer.
Right.
To understand their spending habits, their lifestyle, their needs.
Yeah.
And then based on that information, it recommends a card that's actually a good fit for that individual.
So smart.
Yeah.
You could apply that same principle to any product line, really.
It's all about getting the right product to the right person at the right time.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, so GupShop also highlighted the use of AI agents to create what they call personalized conversational campaigns.
Okay.
This sounds like it takes marketing automation to like a whole new level.
It really does. These campaigns are designed to really nudge people towards taking specific actions. Maybe it's making a purchase, maybe it's signing up for a newsletter, whatever it might be.
Right.
But it's doing it through these natural, engaging conversations.
Yeah.
And what's really cool is that these conversations can actually switch between channels seamlessly.
Wow.
So maybe you start on WhatsApp and then you move over to RCS to really maximize your reach.
So it's like having this marketing automation system that still feels incredibly personal and responsive, like you're talking to a human.
Right, exactly. That's the goal, to make it feel personal, to make it feel human, even though it's being powered by AI.
Right. Now, GupShop didn't just talk about like broad use cases. They also showcased some agents that were specifically designed for different platforms.
Yeah.
So, for example, they talked about the Shopify Merchant Growth Assistant.
Yeah, so this is designed specifically to help Shopify stores automate things,
Okay.
like abandoned cart recovery, order confirmations. It's a huge time saver for busy merchants, helps ensure that customers are having a good experience.
Yeah, for sure. And then they also highlighted a Store Footfall Growth Assistant, which seems particularly relevant for businesses that have like a physical presence.
Yeah, this one's all about driving traffic to brick and mortar businesses. So you can do things like send personalized messages based on past purchases, maybe offer some kind of incentive to get them to come back to the store, even capture valuable customer data when they're in the store.
Yeah, it's a really cool way to kind of like bridge that gap between the online world and the offline world.
Absolutely.
And then last but not least, they talked about the Feedback Assistant, which is an AI agent that's designed to proactively gather customer feedback.
Oh, that's important.
Yeah, which is, of course, essential for any business that wants to constantly be improving their products and services.
Yeah, you got to know what people think.
Right. Okay, so we've covered a lot of agent types here.
We have.
We've got agents that acquire new customers, guide product selection, personalize marketing campaigns, automate tasks, even gather feedback.
And that's really just the tip of the iceberg. I mean, these AI agents are constantly evolving. They're getting smarter, more versatile, more capable all the time.
Right. And speaking of like the next frontier, GupShop
Yeah.
even touched on voice AI agents, which I am really curious to hear more about.
Oh, yeah, that's where things get really interesting.
Yeah.
We'll dive into that in just a bit. So voice AI agents, I mean, they really have the potential to completely transform how we interact with businesses and technology in general.
Yeah.
They can handle these complex queries, they can engage customers who maybe prefer to talk rather than type, and they can access customer data in real time.
Right.
To provide those really personalized responses.
Yeah, I'm already picturing like calling up a business,
Uh-huh.
and instead of going through like a really frustrating automated menu,
Right.
I'm greeted by this friendly, natural-sounding voice AI agent that knows my account history, my preferences. It's like having a dedicated concierge almost.
Yeah, it's like that, but even more than that. It goes beyond just providing information. These
Right.
voice AI agents can actually do things like book appointments for you, maybe place an order.
Okay.
GupShop even talked about a real estate company that was using a voice AI agent to schedule site visits for potential buyers. So it's all about making things easier, making things seamless,
Right.
and really giving that personalized experience to the customer.
So, it's interesting. All these examples we've been talking about are very much like customer facing, which makes sense because we're talking about AI agents and marketing. But GupShop also highlighted how AI can be used behind the scenes to optimize marketing operations.
Yeah.
They kind of called it AI as a co-pilot for marketers. What exactly did they mean by that?
So it's all about using AI to analyze data, identify patterns, and make predictions.
Okay.
That can then help marketers improve their campaigns and just make smarter decisions overall.
So less about like talking to customers and more about crunching numbers and spitting out insights.
Exactly, yeah. GupShop was talking about AI tools that can predict things like message open rates.
Oh, wow.
So marketers can really fine-tune their content for maximum impact.
So no more guessing games about what subject lines are going to work, what content is going to resonate.
Yeah, it takes all the guesswork out.
Yeah, so cool.
And then they're also using it to figure out the best time to send messages
Oh, wow.
to different customer segments.
So it's like that level of personalization at scale. That's pretty amazing.
It's huge, yeah. And they even talked about an AI tool that can actually suppress messages to people who are unlikely to respond
Oh, wow.
based on their past behavior. Think about all the wasted effort and budget that could save you.
Oh, my gosh, for sure. So it's all about efficiency, data-driven marketing,
Right.
and ultimately freeing up those human marketers to focus on the strategy, the creativity.
Exactly. Yeah. That's where their strengths lie.
For sure. Now, speaking of real-world applications, Gupshup shared some really compelling success stories from companies that are already using AI agents to great effect.
They did, yeah.
So what were some that stood out to you?
Well, the one that I thought was really interesting was Pullman.
Okay.
They're an auto service company,
Okay.
and they're using an AI agent to handle all kinds of customer inquiries, everything from booking appointments to troubleshooting car problems.
It's like having a virtual mechanic available 24/7.
Right, exactly. And they even gave this great example where a customer asked about painting their car metallic gold.
Wait, metallic gold. That's pretty specific.
It is.
Yeah.
And the AI agent handled it perfectly.
Really?
Not only did it acknowledge the request, it even made a little joke about it.
Oh, that's great.
So it shows that AI can be helpful,
Right.
but also engaging at the same time.
Yeah, it really highlights how AI can adapt to these unexpected situations and still maintain that natural conversational flow, even when it's faced with something completely out of left field.
Right, exactly. It's all about creating that experience that feels human,
Right.
even though it's powered by AI.
What other success stories impressed you?
So Britannia, the food company, I thought they had a really interesting use case.
Okay.
They created what they call a recipe agent,
Okay.
which is an AI-powered agent that provides personalized recipes to customers.
Oh, that's so smart. So it's like going beyond just selling products. You're building that relationship with the customer by offering something that's actually valuable.
Absolutely, and it gets even better.
Oh, okay.
They integrated the agent with a quick commerce platform,
Oh, wow.
so people can order the ingredients for their recipe right then and there.
Oh, that's amazing. What a great use case.
It's a really seamless experience.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Were there any other companies that stood out to you?
There was a digital-only bank in the Philippines
Okay.
that I thought was really impressive.
All right.
They're actually using AI to answer 75% of customer inquiries.
Wow, 75%. That's incredible.
It's huge. It just goes to show how powerful AI can be for improving efficiency and customer service.
Especially in an industry like banking, where there's so many customer inquiries coming in
Constantly, yeah.
that are very repetitive.
It's a lot.
I can only imagine the amount of time and resources that they're saving.
They actually said they're expecting to save over $20 million over 3 years
Wow.
just by using AI in this way. And that's just one example.
Yeah, that's amazing.
The potential is huge.
Yeah. And it also frees up those human agents to focus on those more complex issues that do require a human touch.
Exactly. And that brings us to a really important point that Gupshup emphasized throughout their presentation, and that is AI and the human touch.
Right.
It's not about replacing humans. It's about augmenting their capabilities.
It sounds like it's all about finding that sweet spot where AI and human capabilities complement each other.
Yeah, precisely. It's not about AI versus humans.
Right.
It's about AI working with humans to get better outcomes. And Gupshup used a really good analogy for this.
Okay.
They said to think of AI as your marketing co-pilot.
Oh, I like that. Okay, so AI is there to navigate those complexities,
Yeah.
crunch the data, give you those insights, but ultimately it's the human pilot who's making the strategic decisions, who's guiding the overall direction.
Exactly. And that applies to so much more than just marketing. I mean, we're seeing this play out in all sorts of industries. You've got finance, healthcare, education, you name it.
Yeah. So as AI continues to evolve, as it gets more sophisticated, we're likely to see even more of these AI-human partnerships.
Yeah, for sure.
Which is super exciting. But it also kind of raises some questions. I mean, what happens to human jobs as AI becomes more capable?
Right. Well, that's a valid concern, and it's something we need to be talking about as a society. But I think it's important to remember that AI is a tool.
Right.
And like any tool, it can be used for good or bad.
Yeah.
So it's up to us humans to make sure we're using AI ethically, responsibly, and in a way that benefits everyone.
I completely agree. And Gupshup kind of made a similar point. They said that AI shouldn't be seen as a replacement for human workers, but as a way to empower them to do their jobs better.
Yeah.
So by automating those repetitive tasks and providing insights from data, AI can free up human employees to focus on those higher level tasks.
Right. The stuff that requires creativity, empathy, problem-solving skills.
Exactly. So think about it. Instead of a customer service rep spending hours answering the same questions over and over again, An AI agent can handle those routine inquiries, and then that frees up the human rep to focus on the more complex cases,
Yeah.
the ones that really need that personal touch.
Exactly. Or imagine you have a marketing team.
Right.
They can leverage AI to analyze campaign data, identify trends, personalize those messages at scale.
Right.
Then they have time to actually focus on developing creative strategies and building meaningful relationships with customers.
So it's really about AI augmenting human capabilities, not replacing them.
Right, finding that balance between the efficiency and scalability of AI
Right.
and the empathy and ingenuity of humans.
So what does all of this mean for our listeners today? I think the key takeaway is that AI agents are here to stay.
Yeah.
They're only going to get more sophisticated, more integrated into our lives, so we need to be prepared to embrace that change.
Right. It's not about fearing AI. It's about understanding its potential, learning how to use it to our advantage. I mean, whether you're a marketer, a business owner, or just someone who's curious about the future of technology, AI is something you need to be paying attention to.
Absolutely. And as we kind of navigate this rapidly evolving landscape, it's more important than ever to stay informed, ask questions, have these conversations about the role of AI in our lives.
We need to make sure we're using AI to create a better future for everyone.
Yeah, well said. And on that note, we've reached the end of our deep dive into the world of AI agents. We've covered a lot, but this is really just scratching the surface.
I mean, this is a topic we could talk about for hours.
Right.
But hopefully this gives you a good overview of the different types of AI agents out there, how they're being used, and what it all means for businesses and individuals.
Yeah, absolutely. So we encourage you to continue exploring this fascinating field, to think critically about how AI can be used to solve problems, create opportunities, and make our lives better. And until next time, keep diving deep.